Greetings to everyone. This is Siddharth from Department of Civil Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to see about the topic aprons in airports. Aprons in an airport is nothing but a paved area for parking of aircrafts. If an aircraft has to be parked, you need certain spaces. You cannot directly park your aircraft in the empty area or your runway or your taxiway. There is a separate place called aprons, and this is used for embarkation or de-embarkation of passengers. If passenger has to get on or get down from the aircraft, these aprons are used. Similarly, for loading and unloading of cargo. If your aircraft is a load carrying one, like a cargo type, you need loading and unloading of cargo. For that particular space, we need a separate area called aprons, and servicing of aircrafts without interference to the surface traffic aircrafts. If your aircraft has to be serviced for a very smaller duration of time, you need a certain maintenance work or very small repair works, it can be done on your aprons. Your aircrafts can be placed on aprons, and the servicing like painting or refueling or very small maintenance works can be done here, right? And the second part is aprons in airport are synonymously with platforms in railway station and quays in harbor. Like you have a platform in a railway station, similarly we have an apron in our airport. This gives a better understanding. Like the size of our apron generally depends on the type of our airport. We have different classes or types of airport. Like we have type A, B, C, D, E. So according to our type, if you have a very big airport, you will have a very larger area for your apron. Similarly, if your airport is very small, you will have a very smaller area for apron. So the total area actually decides the apron's size and the number and types of aircrafts using the airports. There are different kinds of aircrafts right now. We have very larger aircrafts to very smaller private charter jets, planes, everything. So depending on the type of aircraft to be used there, your apron size will differ. And basing parking configuration of your aircraft, you have n number of parking configurations, and we don't actually have any standard set of rules like this has to be followed or that has to be followed. You have numerous amount of configurations for parking of aircraft. It is up to you. If you people are going to design this parking, it is up to you totally to have the configuration, but you have to ensure that the total area is efficiently used. That is the only main thing there. If your efficiency of your land usage is good, then any configuration can be done. Apron should be adequate to permit expeditious handling of airport traffic. Here, our apron should be able to handle all aircraft traffic in this particular airport. This is going to be the most important part, because if you take a runway, the aircrafts are going to move at very high velocity. They are going to lag. They are going to move. They are going to have this impact load where the sudden load transfer will be happening here. But over the aprons, it will be a very slow movement, and the load will be very huge. To withstand all these things, the apron must be very suitably designed. You cannot use a normal highway as our aprons pavement like. Right? As we have discussed, aprons are subjected to higher stresses than a runway due to slow moving and the stationary position of aircraft. So, for example, if you take an unloading of cargo, it will take many hours. So the aircraft will be on the same place for a larger period of time. So this will have a stress induced in the pavement, that is in your apron pavement. So that has to be carefully designed over there, and the apron should be stronger enough to withstand the intended traffic. The traffic may be too high too. You cannot always expect a single aircraft to stay in one part of your apron. There will be multiple aircrafts moving along your aprons at the various speed. They may be stationary for weeks, they may be stationary for months, even for longer maintenance or longer repair works, they may be stationary for a month or so. And that cases, the payment should have enough strength. That is, your apron should be properly designed so that it will be able to withstand all the loads. So according to this, aircrafts can be grouped into different patterns adjacent to the terminal buildings. They are the parking system. We have many number of parking systems in our aircraft, and this will be the first one, where it is called formal systems. Aircrafts are parked in front of the airport building. This will be a very simple and economical one. It is only suitable for very smaller airports. If your airports are very big, this frontal system cannot be followed. And the second system will be an open apron system, where it will be parked on open aprons in rows. Right? This will be very useful when your area is unwieldy. You have a very bigger area. Therefore, passengers may have to walk longer distance and are exposed to the weather. It is a very economical one. This is generally followed on very medium-sized airports, right? And the third system of parking is finger systems, where aircrafts are parked about extension terminal of the building. The extension are in the shapes of fingers. We will have some finger-like shaped parkings in our aircraft systems. This provides protection to the passengers as they are not exposed to weather. Their traveling distance will be very small. Further expansion is not here, not economical. It is not a very economical design, and further expansion is almost neglected here. You cannot do any further expansion of your aircraft if you are following this finger systems. And the fourth method of your apron, that is your parking system in your apron, will be satellite system. A small building is built on apron to park around. You will park all your aircrafts around your apron. These buildings are satellites of the main terminal building. We just call these buildings as satellites because it will be on the some at the center point of your terminal buildings. It is a very simple and economical one, suitable for very smaller airports. Here also it is very suitable for very smaller aircraft. If you are adopting the same design for a very bigger kind of airports, you will not be able to park all your aircrafts very successfully, and the land usage will not be very feasible. Here in this slide, I have given the diagram for all kind of parking system we have discussed so far. So first one will be our frontal system. If you take this frontal system, we have a terminal building here. Above this terminal building or in front of this terminal building, we park all the aircrafts adjacent to one another. Right, this gives a very smaller amount of efficient usage of land, and this is also suitable for very smaller airports. And the second one will be an open apron system where you will park all your aircrafts in such a manner. Right here, this parking is very tough because if you are want to take one aircraft, you have to move all the aircrafts. So usually, what people does is that they will number the aircrafts. Like you have to take this aircraft first, second one, third one, fourth one. So the sequence of order will be followed there, and that will be adopted for medium-sized airports. And this again gives a very good efficient of your land usage, but it is not very easy to maintain. Aircraft movements is totally dependent on the place where it has been parked, and this has a very big problem when you want to take the aircraft which is standing at the last part or at the later part. And the next system will be a satellite system. You will have a terminal building here, and you have a basement enclosure. We will just leave that. We have a terminal building here, and we have satellite stations like this. Assume this to be a satellite station 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have runways collecting all these areas. Right, if your runways is connecting all the satellite stations, you will have a number of runways. Like a flight can be landed here, or simultaneously another aircraft can may be taking off here, another aircraft may be in for unloading of cargo, another aircraft may be here for loading of cargo. Various activities will be going on, and this is not a very economical one. The land usage is not very efficient here, and this is generally being done for very smaller, very medium sized airports where land is adequately present there. And the last one will be your finger system where you will have T shape, V shape, and straight. You have the terminal building here. These three things are your terminal buildings, and you have a runway here. So besides your runway, you can have any number of aircrafts parked in this shapes. Like this is called T, this is called V, and this is a straight one. This is a very classical way of parking aircrafts in a simple airport. So when you have multiple number of aircrafts landing and taking off at the same instant of time, this method will not be a very effective one. This is generally used for parking of aircrafts for a very longer period of time. Like if you are having maintenance works, then this is the best suited one. So we have seen a number of ways of parking our aircrafts, and it is totally dependent on the engineer who is going to give the layout. If your layout is very a good one with a good configuration, then parking may be automatically adapted according to your configuration, because land usage is a very big problem in aircrafts. Similarly to your airports, because aircraft is a very bigger structure, then airports is another big structure. So if you're handling both these structures, you have to very carefully plan the placement of your aprons there. If your apron placement is not properly done, then movement of your aircraft inside the airport will be a very tedious work. So this has to be given more importance here. Thank you.